Let's welcome our BES-TEX San Angelo Independent School District Scholar Athlete of the Week. She is a junior at Central High School. Let's welcome to Concho Sports Network trainer Bailey Brandt, junior athletic trainer at Central. Hi, Bailey.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You having a good day today?
Yes, and you?
Great. Now that you're here, we get to talk to you. Because we have, let me tell you, your coach, Jenny Corbett, had a lot of good things to say about you. Like really good. You didn't pay her, did you? Because she,
No.
man, went on and on. Let's talk academics. I'm going to try to get all this right because there's a lot. You are the top 11% in your class?
Yes.
Do you study a whole lot?
Yes, I study quite a bit.
Okay. You're not one of those that's like, I don't study at all and I do so well.
No.
Do you have a favorite subject at school?
It'd be either math or science.
Okay, so you're more math, science than English type of person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do not like English.
Don't like English. It's always that way. Like math, science people don't care for English. English people don't much care for math and science. Just the way different brains work. So you've been a member of the sports medicine program for 3 years.
Yes.
And that's a big responsibility because you work with all the sports on the Central campus.
Yes.
Not just one particular sport. You were the student trainer for the state championship girls gymnastics team.
Yes, sir.
So you got to do all the traveling around. You get to do quite a bit of traveling between all the sports, don't you?
Yes, I travel usually 2 or 3 days a week. It really just depends.
Mm-hmm. Don't you wish Central was back in a Fort Worth, Dallas district so you could go to Fort Worth, Dallas every single
No,
everything?
sir.
Oh, man. So along with your high grades, working as a student trainer, plus you have a job outside of school on top of all of this?
Yes, I do.
Boy, that makes me feel lazy. Because I'm like, well, if I have a job, I can't go and do something else. I'll be tired. I'm burned out.
No, I keep myself very busy.
You don't ever burn out and get tired? Like, oh, I don't want to do it today. You look forward to it every day?
Yes, for the most part. I mean, we do have those rough days when we get in late from a game and I'm like, oh, like I don't want to be at school this early, but I get over it. I get past it.
Let's read some more accolades here, if you don't mind. You may blush. Bailey is always looking for ways to help other people learn and keep this whole operation going smoothly. As a trainer, let's talk about what you do with various sports. Like, okay, let's start with basketball, gymnastics, either one. What's different in the training aspect, your responsibilities? How are they different from sport to sport?
So volleyball and basketball are kind of similar, I would say, compared to like gymnastics. So like volleyball and basketball, I'm going to be more on the sidelines, paying attention to the game, watching for anyone that may be injured, then like handing players water as they come off the stage, taping ankle, or not the stage, the court and taping ankles, stuff like that. Where gymnastics, it's more just like encouraging that. Like I encourage both sports, but like you're more there, if that makes sense, because like you're right there as they're competing. Like they only have one time to compete. So you're more like present in a way, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And gymnastics, for the training side, is more like, as far as like taping and prepping, is more before. Like you do more of it before because they're getting ready, and then when they get on, you're just like watching and praying and hoping that they don't fall off or mess something up. If that makes sense.
It always scares me on the dismount. Does that make you nervous too when they dismount something, that landing? Ankles?
Yes, but I don't know. We really haven't had it. Our girls are pretty good, so I don't really worry about it that much, as I should, I guess.
And y'all have some girls and guys that are good too, right?
Mm-hmm.
We interviewed
Yes,
one of those guys. Yeah. So you have to get everybody taped up way ahead of time before like a gymnastics meet?
Yeah, so usually they'll get taped before, and then they'll have warm-up, and then introduction, and then they'll actually compete.
Cool. Do you do that with other sports? Like, are you on the sidelines for football?
No, I only do volleyball, basketball, and gymnastics.
Okay. So what about basketball? What's the tape situation there? Do you have players getting taped up for their ankle or?
Yes, and for there it's the same. They come in the training room before, we tape them up, they go out, they practice, warm up.
Hmm.
Um, for gymnastics, it's more like all at once because they're all competing at once. Basketball, it's more spread out because like we'll have our JV boys come in because they're playing before varsity, and then in between at halftime or a little bit before halftime for JV, then we'll have our or our varsity players coming in to get taped and start warming up.
Takes a lot of organization, doesn't it, to have
Yes,
everything ready? Do you have like
yes,
a tackle box or a big kit of supplies that you
yes. We
carry?
have little kits that we carry, and then for gymnastics, I have a separate little, like a smaller kit that I carry by myself just to carry down whenever they're doing events.
Well, I know that sports medicine is a real big deal at Central, and I know you have good folks teaching you. What kind of training do you have to go through to be a part of the sports medicine and be a trainer? What do you have to do to prepare?
So, it's a lot of just learning like how to navigate the training room, like what everything needs to be set at, how certain players need to do certain things depending on their injuries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we do have multiple certifications that Coach Corbett has allowed us to get, such as we have a Stop the Bleed, we have our CPR, just things like that.
I would think CPR training would be one of the first things you'd learn, probably, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what else? Do you learn when to put heat on something and when to put ice on something?
Yes. So after doing this for a couple of years, I'm usually able to go up to Coach Court and be like, okay, do you want this player to ice or is it time for them to heat? Just depending on if they're going back to practice after therapy, if it's newly injured, how she wants to treat it when it's newly injured. You start to just get to learn like, okay, like they just got injured, so they're going to do this and this so that
Mm-hmm.
it can help them tomorrow so that they're ready to do these three things, if that makes sense.
And they have a treatment plan for different athletes who've had what injuries or whatever that you do regularly, like on a day-to-day basis.
Yes, sir. So like so most of the time, so like once we get to a certain point, they know what to do. So they'll do this, and this. They know to ice, get taped, and then go to practice, or ice and go home, or whatever
Hmm.
time of day it is. They know what to do when it gets to a certain point.
Is it mainly heat and ice, or are there other factors that go in? Or do you have like a TENS unit, with the little electro things that you put on?
Yes, we do that. It's called STEM. We do
Yeah.
that. We have the ice whirlpool, the hot whirlpool, which is just like the ice baths. And then we have like actual heating pads. And then we have Game Ready, which is like a sleeve that basically goes on whatever is injured. And it circulates like ice water through there. It's super cold and it adds like pressure so that it can help with like swollen and pain when it's swollen and pain.
I'm sure this has advanced a lot over the years as the techniques y'all use to get somebody up and running, keep them healthy, probably.
I'm sure it has too. I mean, I've only been in this 3 years, so I haven't really seen that much of a change, but I have seen like new equipment come in, and that's always fun to get to mess with that and be like, oh, we got this, let's use this instead of doing this, you
Yeah.
know?
So back in the day, the treatment for everything was just to walk it off. You don't ever tell them just to walk it off, do you? I walk it off. Suck it
No,
up.
sir.
So if somebody gets injured, say on the basketball court, basketball's rough. A lot of
Yeah.
bumps and bruises. If somebody, do they signal you, or can you see somebody's in distress? Do you spring into action?
So Coach Corbett is always on the court with us. So for varsity games, she's always on the court with us. For JV, she's not. It just depends, like what else is going on, because sometimes we'll have multiple sports going on at the same time. And so if she is there, she'll go down there and then she'll call to us if she needs our help, because sometimes there's coaches and then there's refs, and then it just when there's too many people down there, it can get too confusing and miscommunications can happen. But when it's something where she's not present,
Hmm.
um, at all times there's usually two student trainers there. So we'll run down, we'll see what's wrong, we'll help them up, and while someone else is calling Coach Court down to um,
Sounds
the
stressful.
court. It can be sometimes. It really just depends. We have some nights are better than others.
Yeah, it's. I guess you have to be able to multitask and work under pressure pretty well.
Yes, yes, we do because, we will be going over to an athlete to help them roll as they just got off the court, and then it's like, oh, whoever so-and-so's hurt, so then you're like walking over there to make sure they're okay and get them off the court so that the game can continue. It's some nights are worse than others.
You just got to keep them marching, keep them going,
Yes,
keep them as healthy as
yes.
possible. So what else do you do besides this? You have a job, right? A regular job you go to?
Yes, sir. So I have to be at the training room at 7 in the morning, and then I'm there through first period. And then after school, I get out at 4, and I'll go to work until 8 or 9. It just depends.
Boy, our scholar athletes make me feel so lazy. That is awesome. I guess you probably wouldn't know what to do if you had time on your hands, right?
No, I'll get off work for a day or two, and I'm just like, man, I have so much time. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself these next 2 days.
Study more.
Yes, usually that's what I end up doing.
So what else do you, are there any organized activities you participate in school-wise other than this?
I'm in NHS, so we're gonna I'm starting to do community service through that. Besides that, though, I honestly don't really have that much time between like work and school and NHS because I care a lot about my grades. So
Well, seeing as you care a lot about your grades, I mean, being a junior, you have more time to think about it. You have a whole other year of this fun coming up. But what about the future? It's something you are interested in?
yes, so I know I want to go to college. As of where is unknown, but I know I want to go. I know I want to study something. So my end game is I want to be a doctor.
Really?
I'm not sure what type. Yes, sir. I'm not sure what type, but I know I want to be a doctor. Um, I know that when I go to college, I want to study something that's not science related, but I want to take all of my science courses to go into med school because I would just like to have a backup plan, if that makes sense. If I get in there and I'm like, I do not want to do this, and then I have something else to do.
That's good. It's always good to have a backup plan just in case what you set your mind on isn't really, turns out maybe not what you wanted, but that's good. That's good thinking. And the fact that you spend a lot of time studying and working and busy, that's going to be good for you in medical school because you won't have any time at all other than that. And then you'll be taking
Yes.
tests for a very, very long time. But I know you can
Yes, and
do it.
yeah, and everyone is always like, that's going to be so much school, but like I really enjoy school, so I'm not really that worried about it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we wish you the best wherever you end up going to college. You may want to move off and blaze your own trail, but we have a good college here locally too, so you have a lot of good choices.
yes, yes, sir, I do.
Well, we appreciate you very much. This is our BES-TEX San Angelo Independent School District Scholar Athlete of the Week, Central Junior Athletic Trainer Bailey Brandt. Sky's the limit, Bailey, and we'll see you around, and congratulations. Have a great day, a great weekend.
Bye, thank you.